So there's a science to the mind. Do you not think that the people who have control over the media don't have this science? It's a cold game. I just got back from Hollywood or California. I wasn't really in Hollywood too much. I like Venice for the arts. Good evening and welcome to the channel. Tonight I want to discuss spelling, spells, cursive writing, minding your business, that type of stuff. I don't know. I'm kind of new at just going off of the head and doing this, so I'm just gonna flow. I probably do some editing. I'm probably lying to you, so I'm probably gonna do some editing too. But I'm just gonna try to put this out as is, and get used to doing this format. This is still a new channel. Well, I've had it up for over a year, but I've been sidetracked. But I just got back from California and I've kind of had a creative burst. So I just been going kind of hard. But I want you to really get to know me, and I want to discuss some serious matters. That's the purpose of me starting this channel. And yeah, I know I'm weird, but so are you. You gotta be weird to be watching this. And I do it for us. And it's okay to be weird. I think the rest of the world is kind of weird right now anyway. Everybody wearing masks and whatnot. But yeah, let's get into it. Spelling. Why do they call writing out words spells? Or spelling? Why is it called cursive writing? Is this witchcraft? Spells, cursive? Let's go even deeper. Why is it when, wait, hold up. All right, a little bit about me. At a young age, I thought my mom was going to pass away, and I lived on a pretty dark side. I mean, at a young age, 7 years old, wanting to be accepted, you know what I mean? So I kind of went towards any crowd. This is like the 80s. Bounced back and forth from the hip-hop scene to rock and roll. But I mean, that was the norm. Just look at the Run DMC videos with Aerosmith and King of Rock or whatever. So, I don't know. Somehow I got sparked to black magic and witchcraft and everything. And my mom somehow magically survived and said it was a miracle. And that Jesus told her, or God told her in a vision that it wasn't her time, yada, yada, yada. But by that time, I was already pretty well ravished. At a young age, I had already tasted the street life, larceny and whatnot, and smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. But that's another matter. That's getting off topic. So, anyway, I changed my life numerous times since then. But yeah, I got a little bit of understanding about the dark side of life early. And there is a dark side. You see it in the Hollywood movies. You see it You hear it in the music. We all have a dark side. We all have a good side too, you know. But anyway, I later went on to school and became. I got a degree in video and audio production. Now it's called digital recording. But there was some topics covered in there, and I was going through a dark time at the time too. It was a struggle to get through there. And around that time, my mom had passed away. Well, and so spiritually, things started changing for me. You know, you can see one of the other videos on here called Tuning Into Frequencies. It was probably the first video I put on here, but yeah, there was things in that class that we covered in school for video that I didn't even know I was going to want to learn about, like GMOs. If you don't know what GMOs are, stay tuned because I'll be covering that in other videos too. The reason that I'm doing this is to enlighten you. So I'm not going to go over and look up everything for you because I've already done that. And I've got a pretty good network that I stay with between YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. I don't need mainstream to stay connected to my network. But yeah, I want you to do your own research on everything that I say. You know, sometimes I'll provide facts, other times I'll quote, sometimes I'll make mistakes. But I'm not going to do Hollywood scripts. I'm not going to sit up here with a suit and tie and say, hi, tonight on tonight's evening news. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. You have enough of that. If that's what you want, then you know where to find it. But if you're interested in learning something, alternative energies and, you know, scratching deeper than the surface, then stay tuned. So, I went on, I got the degree in video and audio production. I got to see a lot of how things are done, things that we're capable of doing with cameras, and which I've already known, television, being lies told to your vision. Oh, there you go again. Hold up right there. Now we're getting somewhere. I just want to lay some groundwork for the story about spelling, cursive, and thinking. So, like I was saying, the spelling, and cursive. Are you teaching spells and teaching how to curse at a young age? Are you being taught this in school? They don't even teach cursive in school. Matter of fact, they don't even have schools really no more. So I'll be a teacher. We can all be teachers. We all learn from each other. That's why they want us to social distance. But anyway, as I bring you closer to me through my life experience, so the film degree and all that, the video school, it connects to this, right? Okay, so spelling, cursive. Why is it that when you go for a role in Hollywood or actress or actor role, it's called being cast? Because you're casting the spell to play the role. But wait, it gets deeper than that. It gets deeper than that. So, the casting, the role, it goes on in what city? Hollywood. Now, in old times, again, I'm not going to go into digging up a whole bunch of stuff. But in old times, high priests and warlocks, they used to make magic wands out of a wood of a holly tree. So Hollywood has always been a place to cast spells using cursive language. Hold up. Did you hear what the fuck I just said? I said Hollywood has always been the place to cast spells on the masses of the people. You spelling in cursive. Are you cursing in Hollywood? They curse on daytime television. Jerry Springer and shit. Oh, I just cursed. Excuse me. Yeah, Hollywood trees were always used to make magic wands in the old days. And you could do research on this, so it don't always go by what you do on Google, because the fact checkers are the ones who don't want you to have this information, and you guys believe everything that fact checkers say. You know, the media is being controlled. No, you're bugging. Okay. I got a degree in video and audio production, and I would say a good portion of that, the instructors tried to shove media down my throat. It's stressful. It's a stressful business. That's all I know, and I know I didn't want no parts of it, because even back then I knew that they lied, and this was like 2007, 2008. Well, I started in 2008. I was done with school in 2010. But I knew I didn't want no parts of fucking media. And then we started doing the radio classes, and fucking the same thing. It's all ads. Everything is ads, you know. So you make up the best story, you can sell the most ads. Ooh, media. MEDIA. Most effective devil in America. So, we spell. We use cursive. We cast spells through Hollywood on the masses of the people. We curse on daytime television. And we use media, the most effective devil in America, to do all this. Ah, there you go again. Oh. There's one book, it found me, but I haven't read all of it. And I will be sharing different books with you and some things. Again, this book right here is a good book. The Science of Mind. I've done a lot of studying about mind. And that's the other thing. Now that we're on the topic of mind, because the name of the station is Mind and Body Wellness, I want to really go over that and what it means. And even the logo for the channel, you might have noticed the face and the butterfly and all that. There's energy in that. I created that a long time ago. And everything that I do has purpose. But the science of mind, you can trick the mind and the body will think, you can trick the mind and the body will think it's crazy. And that's what's going on. You've been tricked. The science of the mind. Why do people think the way they do, or the reasons that they don't think? What about groupthink? You know, I was watching another YouTuber the other day, and he was showing how they were doing these tests about, you know, blind tests, they call it placebos or whatever. You know, I studied about it in psychology when I was going to school, because I did go to school. I am not totally ignorant, even though you may think I am because of the topic, and you might think I'm weird, but I am weird. You know, I'm always throwing the W, so that means weird. Fuck it. But there I go cursing again. Excuse me. I'm trying to keep this friendly. A nice, peaceful channel, even though it's a tough topic. So if you know how to cast spells using cursive and using the wood of a holly tree, you can get the control over people's minds. You've been spellbind. Technology tells lies through tell-eye vision. It's getting dark. Yeah, let me... this is just, I just be lounging with this. This is my creative light. I be in my little zone. I'm probably going to decide to edit it, but I might leave it. I mean, how many of y'all really watch the video if I just do the whole video like this? But I'm going to just leave it because I don't want to spook any of you. But what we do in the darkness comes out into the light. I'm just experimenting. I'm still new at this. I'm still growing. I'm going to make mistakes. Leave comments. Tell me I made a mistake. I'm only human. That's how you learn. But being afraid to make mistakes keeps you behind. The Science of Mind. Ernest Holmes was widely venerated spiritual teacher with a discriminatingly simple message. Change your thinking and you will change your life. There exists a creative law in the universe, Holmes reasoned, and it was available to each of us. Sorry, it's kind of washed out on the back. But I guess the gist of it is change your thinking and you'll change your life. This is a really good book. I need to go over it again, but, you know, I kind of just go through things, and I got a stack of books that I'm going to go through here and show you some things. But again, spelling in cursive is the theme. The principles of successful living. I mean, there's principles to this. The science of mind. Lessons of prosperity and mental control of conditions are sometimes dangerous because of misunderstandings of the subject. Ooh. So that's what I was saying about do research. Spelling, cursive, etc. Lessons of prosperity and mental control of conditions are sometimes dangerous because of the misunderstandings of the subject. Science of mind is not a get-rich-quick scheme, neither does it promise something for nothing. It does, however, promise that one will comply with its teachings, that he shall be able to bring greater possibilities and happier conditions into his experience. That's what I tell you about my channel. I'm not trying to get rich quick. I'm already rich. I have peace. Peace of mind, science of mind. So there's a science to the mind. Do you not think that the people who have control over the media don't have this science? It's a cold game. I just got back from Hollywood or California. I wasn't really in Hollywood too much. I like Venice for the arts. You know, I'm an artist. I can make something out of nothing. I can see things that other people don't see. And I can paint pictures through motion pictures and videos to show a different way, a different point of view. But nowadays, people get shut down. They get their channel shut down for speaking on certain things. They get shadow banned from Facebook and all this. Who is that? Who's doing that and why? Why can't we just create the content we want to create? Why can't we just say what we want to say? Because it becomes a popular opinion. Not that I want my opinion to be popular, but I made this channel to see if there are others who share the same views. And that we can grow together, because this is a growth thing. So I would like, I like to grow together as a family, as a social media family, social media network. Welcome to the channel. Ashe, salam, peace, knowledge. We're just talking. We're talking about words and cursive writing and spells and whatnot. So, The Law of Success is another good book. It was one of these books that just drew me in because I saw it, but then I saw it on a job and one of my coworkers had it and I had to have it. Great book. Napoleon Hill. Another great book from him that I read long before I read this was called Think and Grow Rich. There you go thinking again. Let me see if I can pull. All right, I opened up to this chapter. And by me going over these again with you, it kind of pulls me back in line, because it's just like, I know I should be doing this, and it's definitely changed me, but it's good to go over things. And, I just read something and I move on. Just like you watch your YouTube videos. You probably only watch 15 seconds and you move on. Hopefully you don't do that with this channel. Hopefully you don't do that with this video. Hopefully now you're 20 minutes in and I still have your attention and you've liked and subscribed and shared with your friends. Okay, no man achieves great success who is unwilling to make personal sacrifices. This is lesson 7, self-control. You can do it if you believe you can. So it also reminds me of something on my journey that said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. It's a connected dot thing. And that's all this is, and that's all I want to do with you with this channel, is help you connect the dots. Remember when you was young? Follow the bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball. Connect the dots. All right. In the preceding lesson, you learned of the value of enthusiasm. You also learned how to generate enthusiasm and how to transmit its influence to others through the principle of suggestion. I'm just opening to these random pages and this is happening. And there's a reason why I'm doing that too. I didn't know what I was going to talk about or how I was going to do this, and I didn't want to edit. I just wanted to flow. And this is what happens when you're in the flow. And the flow is part of what I want to be connecting the dots with too. Remember, we're still on the topic of spelling, casting spells, Hollywood, all that crap. This is just part of the lesson. So I know you're just like, just get to the point already. Well, listen, this didn't just happen for me overnight, and I didn't just come to decide to do this today. I've been studying this stuff for years. So don't think that I'm just going to get to a point in a quick discussion. You can fast forward, you can rewind. That's the beauty of this technology. You don't have to sit through the whole thing and listen to my boring ass. Again, I apologize for the language. If there's any children watching, probably the topic scared any of them away, unless there were some bad children like me. And I didn't have YouTube when I learned about this stuff, so anyway, let me read over that again, the topic, because I want to reiterate what you say and tie it in. In the preceding lessons, you learned the value of enthusiasm. You also learn how to generate enthusiasm. How to generate that. Thank you. I needed this lesson again. I needed more enthusiasm so I can wake you up out of your spell blind, Cursive, Hollywood, media, tell lies to your vision state. You transmit and how to transmit the influence to others through the principle of suggestion. Listen, did you hear what this book just said? This is the law of success. Napoleon Hill. What date did it come out in? Because I'm almost certain it was before the rise of Hollywood. Or at least the rise of every person having a fucking television in every room. Excuse my language. Having a television in every room in their house. Or one in their hand now. Being cell phone. Napoleon Hill. The Law of Success was originally published in 1928. Excuse me for picking my nose. Remember, I'm only human, and I'm not going to edit. I'm just going to go with the flow. But my nose was itching, so... maybe it was some spiritual thing. So, we generate enthusiasm and how to transmit its influence to others through the principle of suggestion. So that's what commercials are in between your programming. They're suggestions. So if this becomes monetized, who knows what commercials will be in between on this channel showing you suggestions. But, enthusiasm is the vital quality that arouses you to action, while self-control is the balance wheel that directs your action so that it will build up and not tear it down. Sounds like a movie set. Boom. On to the next book. Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. Who was L. Ron Hubbard? He was an author. He studied mental health. He was also a follower of Aleister Crowley. If you don't know who Aleister Crowley is, look him up. I'm not going to go into that. There's enough information out there. All right. So Dianetics is an adventure. It is an exploration into Terra Incognita, the human mind. That vast, ethereal, unknown realm half of an inch back of our foreheads. So he's going into the mind. This is a hard read. I'm not going to lie to you. It's really hard. It took me a long time to get through it. But what I took away, key points. It goes into mental health and how the mind works, the analytical mind, the reactive mind. He breaks down all these different parts of the mind. The science of health, mental health. Lost my stress ball. But, yeah, he goes into the science of mental health, but the key points that I took away was people dealing with trauma. During concussions that people are speaking around you, it trips a part of your brain and it allows like a computer program to keyword, like almost hypnotize you, and a keyword can trigger something to happen. I mean, it's pretty deep and I do need to go over it again, but I just got so much going on. But these keywords are like hypnosis. And he said that you could be triggered by a keyword or by somebody doing something like this. This could trigger you to do something like when I do this, stand up. Okay, sit down. Did you hear what I just said? Keywords under trauma or concussion, the subconscious mind. See, the subconscious, meaning you can program that part of your brain to do things that you're not even aware because you're not even aware that you're programmed. Ooh, that's pretty deep. So, I don't know. I guess this is why I got into film and video to talk about stuff like this. I didn't want to really do what everybody else was doing. I left a world of DJing to start a DJ to start a career in video. But anyway, I had some hard times and I've had a delay. I had a good delay of really doing this, but now I'm ready. So, Dianetics, L. Ron Hubbard, Aleister Crowley, The Science of the Mind. Oh, the other one, he said I think it's the analytical mind, but correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me, because like I said, I'm going off freestyle and I didn't go through the book and all this. And I read the book, like, I finished it probably 6 years ago and haven't picked it up since. So forgive me. But yeah, there's a part of the mind that if there ever was a Satan, it lived in this part of the mind because it causes you to react. It must be the reactive mind. But, I mean, it's just something I put under my belt when I read it. It wasn't something I'm not going to go and join Dianetics. So, how does this tie into spelling, cursive, Hollywood? Isn't it weird that a lot of the big Hollywood actors are into Dianetics and Scientology? Tom Cruise being one of the biggest. I don't know. I mean, I really don't know who else is involved in it, but I know it's a big thing in Hollywood. They've got streets named after, you know, L. Ron Hubbard Boulevard. And yeah, I mean, he wrote other books. I've got another book, science fiction book. It was kind of boring, but maybe I need to get into it. I just pick up books and they find books find me sometimes. You know, some of them. Now that we're here at this point, I guess I can show you about connect the dots. Follow the bouncing ball. Follow the bouncing ball. Follow, 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 follow. You're getting sleepy. Wake up. Anyway, the flow. What is the flow? I'm in a trading course. I'm in a digital real estate course. I'm in a home banking course. And it's a powerful group of individuals. It really is. And I was listening to one of the instructor's videos the other day. But before I was listening, I took these keys off of my keychain because I didn't need them no more. And I just say, you know, something happened. My car keys broke off or whatever, and I didn't want to lose it. I had to go get another ring. And I was like, I got all these keys on here. I can't even fit the ones that I need on here no more. This thing, so I got rid of them. But when I follow the bouncing ball, follow the bouncing ball, follow, 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 follow the bouncing ball. Anyway, I was watching my instructor. His name is Jake, by the way. Brother Jake, cousin Jake, we call him. What up, cousin Jake? If you get to see this, this is the beginning of my testimony of how your course has changed my life, or at least the start of me getting to that. Anyway, Jake said that, you know, there's a reason that he was saying this, and this was like 2 days after I did that with my keys. He was saying that there's a reason that you aren't getting into those new doors that are locked because you got old keys on your key ring. And at that moment, I realized I was in the flow because my trading instructor, whose name is Chris, he's a top-notch trader or whatever, and I had already been thinking about taking Kung Fu, but because of COVID, uh, there's no distance. You got whatever they call it. I don't even want to say the word because they have algorithms and it will check and they could just shut this video down. But yeah, so I wanted to take Kung Fu for the longest time, and I was just getting ready to do it, and then the scamdemic came, and now we don't have any Kung Fu. But I've always had this quote in the back of my mind from Bruce Lee because I can listen to somebody and understand how they think. That's why they're called records. You could play records back and you can think about what people were thinking, and you just a probability of how they were thinking. Yeah, Bruce Lee said that he takes from other styles what he needs and he throws away what he doesn't need. And I've kind of lived my life like that, more so lately. But yeah, so I've always wanted to take Kung Fu. And I've always known about the flow. The creative flow is when you just get into a zone and you just, time stops and boom. That's what happens when I'm editing. That's what happens when I'm exercising or doing my work, my landscaping work. And I hope that I'm in the flow right now. I know I'm in the flow right now because I'm 36 minutes in and I'm not done. And I'm not tired. But Chris, he has these books in the course, and it seems tedious because it really has nothing to do with trading. One of them is called Trading in the Zone. The other one is The Tao something by Bruce Lee, but there I go. Now I'm studying something new, and I'm reading Bruce Lee. I'm learning Kung Fu from the master, but I'm learning to use it for trading. I'm in the zone, but I'm also in the flow because I'm starting to align with others. Because, like I said, the keys, me wanting to take Kung Fu, and it's strengthening me because now I'm starting to see that all the other skills that I've acquired have now come to connect. So, let's go on to thinking, thought waves, patterns, brain waves, radio waves, sound waves, whatever waves. When you're watching the patterns on trades, they're waves, and they're going to tell a story. Just like every surfer is going to tell a story. I'm no surfer, even though I've enjoyed watching them surf in Hawaii and California, and I've thought about it. Because life's short, why not fucking do it? Try it, right? Excuse my language once again. But anyway, the waves. You want to catch the wave when it's going up, not when it's going down. Right? So, the waves that I see when I'm editing sound or audio through my programs are like the similar waves that you see in crypto. I've also heard other people say that too, that it's a spiritual thing, and I've also heard it referred to as ocean waves as far as abundance. The ocean comes in and it goes out. It's the same thing with money. It comes in, it goes out. I don't want to talk too much about money, but I want to talk about unseen forces and other stuff. And the reason I speak about money is because I know that's what's going to keep your attention, because that's what keeps everybody's attention. But there's other things. There's the unseen. There's laws. The laws of success. But the reason that I'm pointing all this stuff out and I'm doing random stuff is because I want you to see that everything is connected. It's all connected dots. And you're under a spell. It controls the way you think. How so? There's two different ways to think. As a free person, I don't want to be connected to a job that I don't like. And I notice a difference when I take a job that I don't like because my business is slow rather than when I do my business. And then I realize I should have just not taken that job and done what I should have. I should have focused on my businesses, because I got to switch modes, because you kind of dumb yourself down working for somebody else. Not saying that you're dumb. I'm not saying that at all, because I know you're not dumb. If you've watched this video this long, you're definitely not dumb. And I'm speaking to myself as well. So just so you know, I'm not accusing you of being dumb. Whatever. Politically correct, people are sensitive, get over it. Toughen up, right? Just think what you just, if you've never heard what I said before about spelling and you've made it this far in the video, how much you've learned already. How is everything connected? I don't know. It is, though. I think I was going to school and I was having hard times and everything. My mom passed, my best friend. I was doing some pretty crazy stuff. I ended up in a town called Asheville, North Carolina. Look it up. Great town. Love it. Big art school in the mountains of North Carolina, western part near Tennessee border. A lot of hippies, a lot of artists. You know, it's like going back in time almost. But you know, I went there and I visited the shops. I've been there a couple times now. And I was inspired. I was inspired to start doing art, painting and stuff. One of the things that I saw in the store said, if you're not an artist, start painting today. What was the other one there? Einstein said, it was an Einstein quote. It said, imagination is more powerful than knowledge because knowledge is limited. So don't limit yourself by imagination. It only takes one good idea to set yourself straight. You just have to think different. But if you're always going for a job that you don't like, all you can think about is how bad you hate your job and how you don't have enough. And mind control, man. See, on this channel, I'm a doctor. I don't hold a doctor's degree or anything like that. That's old world thinking. Mind over matter, mind over body, mind and body. Mind first. I don't have time to mind what's going on in everybody else's world. Who won the election? Who this one's messing with? What boyfriend? And da 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 da. And da 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 da. I mean, it comes from social media. It comes from YouTube. It comes from regular television. It comes from newspapers. It's all distractions, man. They spend billions and billions a year to produce stuff to keep you distracted. Oh, man. There's an unseen world, man. We choose meditation over medication. Why? Because meditation is mind medicine. Med. You meditate or medicate. It's hard to meditate sometimes because there's so much distraction, but you need to turn the brain off, let it cool down. You turn your phone off, you turn your car off, turn your Xbox off. Sometimes you got to turn the mind off. And you think when you go to sleep, your mind's off? Hell friggin' no. That's a whole nother level. There's levels to this, man. There's people that say you could put a book underneath your pillow and never read a page in it and wake up and know every word in it. Ooh, that's heavy. Magic or myth of the lunar cycle, praise to the moon. So, people don't understand. Illuminate your craft. Along with the 8th seasonal festival, the lunar cycle is the heart of witchcraft and Wicca. Centuries of civilizations have not diminished our instinctive responses to the waxing and waning of the moon, nor the power of her light in the nocturnal sky. I haven't really read too much of this. A lot of it I can just go off of gut. When you get to a certain spiritual level, you really just kind of know. Some things just don't need to be said no more. Like I just said, I could put this book under my pillow. But yeah, do you know that the crops, they grow more under the moonlight than they do the sun? Did you know that? Remember what I was telling about waves looking at the dots? What do you think controls the ocean waves? It's the moon. I heard one of these people talk about cryptocurrency and watching the stock market is a spiritual thing. Trading in the zone. I'm no billionaire yet. I'm no millionaire yet. But I feel like $1 million. Do you understand? I have a millionaire's mindset. And I'm going to continue to grow and help you grow. How do you feel? I feel friggin' good. If you believe it, you can achieve it. I believe I'm a millionaire. It just hasn't been deposited into any of my accounts yet. You know, one of my teachers, one of my instructors in my course was saying that I'm having a moment where I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, I lost my train of thought there for a minute. So I guess I'll show you another book. Aliens in Ancient Egypt, The Brotherhood of the Serpent, and the Secret of the Nile Civilization. I haven't really read too much of this book neither, but I've heard other people speak on similar stuff. I've seen some stuff in my life too that I'm not really going to speak on in this video. But there's some real cold-blooded people. The sophisticated civilization of ancient Egypt arrived around. The sophisticated civilization of Egypt aroused seemingly overnight, complete with advanced levels of art, agriculture, astronomy, and physics. Now, there's a reason that art and agriculture, they go hand in hand. I think that's what's missing in our communities a lot. Think about this, right? If you knew New York City in the 80s, it was a whole different place. I'd never been there, But from what I saw on television, what they were projecting to me in the 80s, I wanted to be there. The trains, see the trains. I wanted to paint trains. But I know that when they stopped the trains from being painted, it changed New York. New York was never the same. There was something about that artwork. Let me stop. I'm no expert on this subject. This is just what my gut's telling me. I have spent a lot of time in New York after the 80s. I love New York too. But they did something by taking away the art. I mean, I could connect the dots and go on, you know what I mean? The Brotherhood of the Snake. The arts. How are they snaking us from the arts now? They're constricting our oxygen. Your third eye, your mind, is so decalcified by fluoride being pumped through the water that you're not even on the spiritual level. Say, me too included, you have to decalcify your third eye. Fluoride. No human consumption whatsoever. But yet they forced it on us in elementary school. Forced to drink it. It's in the drinking water. You know where the fluoride came from? Adolf Hitler in World War II. Let's just pump America's water system full of fluoride. Geniuses. It's a spell. A group think therapy. Everybody, you see all your classmates drinking fluoride. You don't want to be the one that don't drink fluoride. Ew, you got bad breath. Ew, you got cavities. Ew. Next thing you know, you're not creating nothing no more. We'll just, since you're not going to create nothing, we'll just take art out of the schools altogether. I don't know. It's almost an hour into this video. I'm still a new channel. If you made it this long, please like and subscribe. Please share. I'll be covering other topics. You know, I try to do some production work. Sometimes I try to edit. I try not to edit on this one because I just want to kind of go straight through. But I think I'll just send it out raw and just keep working at it. I'm still trying to figure out how to do lives. I still, I'm learning. So if any of my audience knows anything, the suggestions, or there's any videos that you would like me to cover, I'm open for suggestions. This is your channel too. Listen, we're doing away with the old paradigm. We're doing away with Hollywood. We're doing away with the cable. Listen, you don't have to like me, but think about what I'm saying. You don't have to pay cable. You can choose from your other networks and switch in between them, and then you could YouTube everything. I mean, it's to a point I pay so I don't have to see ads because I don't pay for cable. So why do I want to pay? Why do I want ads in between what I want to watch when I want to watch? If I want to learn how to build a house, I type in how to build a house on YouTube. If I want to learn how to break down a transmission, I type in how to break down a transmission. We're in a new age. This isn't the age of information anymore. The age of information was in the early stages of the internet. Now we're in the age of experience. We're in the age of receiving. But anyway, thank you for staying this long. If you stayed again, stay tuned for my other videos. Peace out.